Okay, for as much as I loved the opening scene of last night, Danny and Preston doing their thing. I mean, I feel like Danny's comedy was on point last night. And of course, her bouncing off Preston was cool to see as well. I got some good laughs out of it. But the problem is, Preston is still engaged. Yes, Mindy is apparently gone back to Texas and whatnot, but I don't really see how anybody comes out of this looking good. I mean, it's like, for example, Zach is engaged to Karen, and although he hasn't kissed or had sex with Karen, it still looks bad that he's, interacting with his ex in such a flirtatious way that it makes fans go, but you got a whole ass fiance at home. Now you look at Preston, and it's funny because you got a lot of people who are cheering for Destin, and I'm like, but why though? I think introducing Mindy into the picture, I mean, even going so far as to have Preston having a sweetheart at home that's waiting for him to come back and get married to him, that made him look incredibly bad. It almost felt like Tyler had to put in something to, tarnish Preston's image because he looked way too innocent compared to Danny's ratchetness. And it just doesn't work for me. I mean, there's just been so much that's gone down between these two that there's no believable way to have them get back together without it making it look like one of them is definitely settling for the other. Hence why I feel like Tyler had to find any reason to put, Preston in a way where he's not, a saint or a Boy Scout or a rodeo in this case. But yeah, Danny apparently while high, I think this is when Sabrina dropped her off in the last episode. He got jumped because she woke up like, what the hell are you doing in the bed? Because she got home, she jumped him, riding all night as cowgirl, expressing how she felt, how, oh, I love you and you're the only man I want to be with, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, but he has a whole fiance. And here he is sleeping in bed with another woman after a night of sex. And it's like, what is going on here? So how do you think things should resolve between Danny and Preston? And I mean, for those like, well, Danny needs to stop playing and be honest with Preston. Preston needs to get his own shit straightened out, to be honest, with this whole thing with this other chick. And I'm not saying that Preston and Danny need to be engaged right away. Hell to the no. They need to get their stuff together before a ring is ever taken out again. But the first things first, Preston needs to get that ring off of Mindy's finger because something tells me she ain't done with him yet. But that's just my opinion. So what do you think is going to go on? Do you think Preston is going to call things off with Mindy? Do you think Danny will agree to take things slow with Preston, but then maybe somewhere down the line they decide they aren't for each other? Because in season 6B and in season 7, we know that Danny's going to be interacting with another dude. So I don't know where Preston fits in all this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like I said, I did love the opening scene with these two together, but I feel like it's just tarnished with the fact that he has another woman that he's engaged to, yet here he is sexing it up with Danny. So like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.